Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Sam.
And I'm Melissa.
And we are going to actually do a reaction video today on the show Escaping Polygamy. I almost said Growing Up in Polygamy. The show Escaping Polygamy.
Yes, thank you for all of you who voted to decide what video we're going to react to. We're going to do a lot more reaction videos coming up because we've gotten a lot of questions that we feel like we can answer about what we think about the shows and those type of things. So we are excited.
So we'll start with Escaping Polygamy, but we will do some of the other shows as well. So
yes,
a lot of you are interested in several shows, which is great.
yeah. And if you want to hear more about Sam, what it was like for him to grow up in a polygamist community and family, then please like and subscribe. And we'll just jump right into this video.
Let's go.
Oh, I guess I should say, there are a couple things. One of the reasons that we picked this video, actually, people had asked us before if there was anybody that we had known or Sam had known growing up that had been on one of these videos. And as we were trying to find like a good clip to kind of work with, we actually came across somebody that we did know, but we didn't know him through Sam.
Yeah. Funny enough. I knew of his family, yes, but I didn't know him personally growing up. I met him personally for the first time when Melissa's sister brought him over to the house going on a date with him. So
yeah, so he actually
surprise.
dated my sister for a little bit. They went on some dates and that's how we met Lauren. So we will get started on his story. Here we go.
So what is the situation? Do you want to get out right now?
I want out as soon as possible. My name is Lauren Black. I am 20 years old and I'm a member of the FLDS Church. My whole family, mom, dad, all the kids, all got sent away.
Why haven't you been kicked out to repent?
It's probably because I know a lot of trades, and so I can bring in a lot of money. And if I bring in that money, I'll pay it into the church.
So you're basically like a worker bee.
You're basically a servant to the church.
Okay, so he's not wrong there as far as paying the church, and they call that tithing. And periodically, sometimes it was on a monthly basis, every other month, but it seemed like whenever the church needed something, or at least they said they needed something, they would call on all of the men. I believe it was over 18, it might have been over 20, I don't remember the exact age, but they would have these callings where they would say, okay, every man over this age needs to pay us a certain amount of money.
Yes, and not only that, but we had actually heard from Lauren when he was with my sister that the last time they did like a call for money basically for their tithing, they were asking everyone for $10,000 and Lauren paid it. So just to give an idea, when they're calling, like he said, basically he would keep a savings account to save for tithing and just keep it there in case they asked for money. And he was very vigilant with his and always made sure that he had money to give.
You know, it seems crazy to keep a savings account for the church, but out there, the way we were raised, the way we grew up, it was everything we did was for the church, for the profit, you know. And so it was very common to think, okay, not think of the future for ourselves, but more think of the future for the church. What does the church need? What ultimately does God need from me is what we were thinking and taught. So anyway, so keeping a savings account for the church actually doesn't seem that far off or that crazy to me because of the way we were raised out there. So
so that's definitely a reason for keeping him out there.
Right now I'm working at that mechanic shop and Milo is my employer. I've been working with him for 5 years. Over those 5 years I have done every trade. Milo would be a totally awesome, perfect employer to work for if he wasn't in the church.
Okay, I just have to know, you look like you could take care of yourself. Why'd you call us?
Because it's always nice to have an ally in a fight. Well, we have a testimony meeting every Sunday night where you get up and you bear your testimony of your beliefs in the church. But I'm going to get up and do the opposite.
Okay, let's pause right there for a second. So she has a valid point. I don't actually know her name over here. I know this one over here is Amanda, but she has a valid point. He looks like he could take care of himself. I mean, he has a truck. It seems like
that's his truck behind him.
Seems like he's making a lot of money. You know, I mean, why?
And he's over 18, and so the men who are over 18, like if they wanted to leave, like Sam did, then you just leave.
I had just turned 18. The month I turned 18, I decided I wanted to move out, and so I moved out, you know, and so
Yeah.
it seems definitely some staging going on here.
Yeah, a little bit fishy that he needs these two girls to help him escape. Definitely, yeah, it seems a little odd, honestly. And he didn't seem like he needed any help with anything else, at least when he was dating my sister. Like, he was...
Yeah, and because we know that backstory a little bit, this definitely seems like he's just in it because he wants to be on the show. So,
yeah.
Interesting. But, oh well, let's see what happens.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get up and tell them that I'm done, that I've made my choice and I'm out, and they're not gonna be able to change it.
So after you make your speech, you're just gonna go pack up and go?
Yeah.
Like you have a car?
I have 6 trucks.
What, 6?
Oh yeah.
And they're all coming.
Can I have one?
Do you need any of us to drive those?
Yeah, I'm gonna need drivers.
Okay.
I'll be a driver. Can I just have the truck? 6? Gee, okay.
Okay, but he really does have 6 trucks. I clarified and checked with my sisters, and she's like, he really does have 6 trucks. And maybe that is why he needed their help. Maybe he was like, you know what? I got a lot of trucks.
Hey,
I need some drivers.
I will be on the show, but
I will
need
be
drivers.
on the show purely for drivers. So maybe that was his motive.
Oh, man.
Hello?
Hey, this looks familiar.
This is the phone line I'm going to be doing the live audio with.
Okay.
A body cam. Again, obviously they wanted this kind of stuff
Yeah,
for
this
the
is
show
all
to make
that-
it seem a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah, it's for the show. It's great.
A typical church service for the FLES is not much different from anyone else's church service. But the big difference is they follow a prophet who is in prison for molesting little girls. And they don't see anything wrong with it.
So just to clarify here, they say they don't see anything wrong with him molesting little girls. Just to clarify, most members, if not 99% of them, do not believe he ever did this.
Yeah.
Even though I know he did now, and everyone that moves out eventually finds out. But they don't believe he ever did anything wrong. They still think he's a prophet of God, that he's doing everything perfect, and never would believe in a million years that he molested little girls. Just to be clear, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a oh, we know he molested somebody, but it's okay.
But it's okay, yeah, no.
They don't believe it ever happened, and that he's a martyr, and that he might end up becoming a martyr, but that he he's being persecuted, and this is just a trial, and that he'll eventually just be able to get out.
They look at it as a trial. The God's testing his people
and that it's all faked
and proving that they're worthy. Yeah, so it's definitely they don't believe any of it. Yeah.
Wait.
It's the music.
Grateful for this opportunity to stand before each and every one of you. I've made the choice in my life. I'm leaving. I figured I'd just get up and let everybody know instead of sneak out in the night.
Okay, so does that building look familiar? Was that their church building?
No. So this is he's simply in front of his family. This is their house. He's not in front of the whole church. At this point in time, Warren Jeffs had put a stop to all of the church meetings as far as the community goes, community meetings, and each individual family was required to just have their own Sunday meetings and testimony meetings or Sunday school, as they would call it, that type of thing. So
it's a little less dramatic.
Yeah,
so his church meeting is in front of his family.
Yeah, as you notice, they're not showing the big congregation of people listening to him. No, it's just his family, and he's getting up in front of them saying, "Hey, I want to leave."
Okay.
So let's see what the family does.
Okay, it's over.
Okay, we are headed your way. Is that him?
Look familiar?
Okay, that's him.
Very much so.
Okay, should we just run in with you right now? Okay, let's go.
Right here.
Okay, what do you need help carrying?
Everything's pretty much ready to go.
We're taking the basket, the box, and the... Is that yours
Whoa. Get your hands off the camera. Turn it off. You have no business doing that. We were invited here by him. We can stay here. He invited us. When he's got all the stuff, then we can go.
Do that one.
Right now.
No, we'll go when he's ready to go.
Okay, who wouldn't, if somebody came into your house with a camera, who wouldn't be like, what the heck's going on?
Right. I don't know if that's his dad or older brother. I'm not sure who that is there, but they make a big deal. Whoa, this guy's trying to attack my camera here. But yeah, like you say, if someone came into my house trying to film everything, I also would ask them to turn the camera off. So and
or not want to be filmed personally,
or not want to be filmed. Yeah, obviously. But anyway, so it just seems like the background music and the way that they're making it, it doesn't seem like the family is trying to fight to keep him there necessarily. It's more wanting these strangers out of their house at this point. So
yeah, and the girls, I mean, I don't know, they went in, they seemed like they weren't sure of the situation, so they probably feel more of like not knowing, whereas Lauren doesn't seem like it's as big of a deal, right?
Right.
Don't 911 get the officer.
Everything you want?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Grab the boots.
I got him. You got him?
I got him. You just take care of us, Matt.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
Do
like
you want us to follow you?
they're not stopping
Just
him.
go.
Like his family
Right
member was
now.
just sitting there.
Out back that way.
Just take care of us, like
Okay,
someone
we're
was
gonna go follow
attacking
him
or
in the
something.
truck. Where's Matt? Are we ready? Matt!
What is your purpose?
Huh? We're helping him move. That's it.
You just make boys go right in. You guys are
He asked for help.
what?
To leave.
To leave what?
To leave. What's that?
It's a bunch of
Okay, so again, going back to the fact that he probably didn't actually need help to leave, right? Because obviously, if his family's sitting out there and they're like, why are you here? What are you doing? What do you mean he needs help to leave? He's a big boy. Like, it's very obvious from their reactions that they're not trying to stop him. We'll just say that. They're not trying to stop him.
No, this is, I mean, it seems like the family's just kind of wondering, hey, why are you here? Why are you here? It almost seems like he may have made the decision to leave before this ever happened. Like, based on the way his family's reacting, they might have already known that he was planning on leaving. So
yeah, they don't seem like shocked or emotional. We'll just say that.
When I left, I left in the middle of the night. And then went back to get my things and confronted my parents. It was very different. I know everyone has their own experience, but the look in my parents' eyes and the way they reacted, they were completely shocked and just crying and it was just a big mess. So anyway, this is interesting to see.
Yeah, that there's not a lot of shock going on.
Right.
Okay.
yeah.
All right. We're losing light fast.
And this is your last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look out.
There it goes.
Wow. I'm watching Lauren drag his trucks out, and I'm just like, I feel for this guy. These trucks are a representation of everything that Lauren has worked for and everything that he is.
He definitely cares a lot about his trucks. I will give him that.
That's Milo's right here with the light on.
The only thing that's bugging me right now is Milo.
I miss you.
I know I really appreciated you and all you've done for me and stuff. It's hard, but he has definitely become that father figure in my life. This is bringing tears to my eyes, but it's my own decision. I live with it. Felt like I could probably lose everybody in the world, but as long as I had Milo there, I'd make it.
Oh, that part gets me teary-eyed because it's the relationships that are the part that's so sad when you leave, right?
Yeah, and that really is it. And honestly, the title "Escaping Polygamy," I've always kind of chuckled about that because it seems like, and don't get me wrong, I know there are some people that have a very hard time leaving because they can't get their children to go with them, or someone really tries to keep them there, but generally speaking, it's not physical force or anything like that, generally speaking. But to your point, the relationships, that's where it gets really hard, really hard. Because for us to moved out, we had to ultimately make that decision that I know that I'll probably never see you again, or if I do, it will never be the same, and it will be very rare that I get to see you. So that part is very difficult, very difficult.
Yeah, very real, and definitely feel bad for him for that, where he is having to give up the job that he knows and people that he cares about because they're not allowed to associate with apostates. So they call them apostates if they leave the church. And you know, especially since Warren's been put in prison, it's been even more strict that they, you know, he couldn't, people might be watching this thinking, that seems so weird that he'd have to quit his job all because his boss is a part of a religion, but that's very real. That happens, you get cut off.
Yep. If you move out, you are not welcome back. That's how that works. So unfortunately for myself, for Lauren here, when we made that final decision, we want to be out, we knew that that meant we were not going to be able to come back and visit our family. So
yeah. See. Yep, I think that's the end.
And that's that. Well, it was a short clip. Obviously, there's a full episode on this, but we didn't want to take that much time. But final thoughts. What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like our final thoughts are kind of about the emotional part,
Yeah.
but you know, yeah, the emotional part is definitely the hardest. And I know that once he left, then he was on his own 2 feet, and people helped him be able to find a place to live. And that's one thing for sure that this show, I believe, helped him get started.
Yeah.
And so that is definitely something that
I saw another
was super
short.
grateful.
Exactly. I was interested in that, you know. So I did see another short clip of the same show, the same people helping him actually move into his new apartment that they helped him get. So that's very nice and very thoughtful of them. I was lucky enough when I moved out to have great people that I met that helped me out and helped me get on my feet. But there are some people out there that aren't that lucky, and when they come out, they are just on their own, and you know, it can be very lonely. So
yeah. Anyway, so that's our first reaction to Escaping Polygamy.
So final thoughts, I guess. There's a lot of truth to what we're seeing here. Obviously, this is the first short clip. There's a lot more to uncover and discover about this show here, but it seems like, you know, there's a lot of truth to the show for sure, but definitely staged in some ways. The dramatic music and we're escaping and everyone's gonna hunt us down and all this stuff.
Whether or not there was actually help needed, or if, you know, and part of that help, we may kind of chuckle at the idea of, obviously he didn't need physical help, right? He didn't need 2 girls to come carry laundry baskets out of his room. But the help that a lot of people feel like when they get on shows like this too is if they get paid or have an opportunity to be on a show like this, it helps them get a kickstart to their life, even monetarily. So those type of things really can help them leave. Even if it's not the actual leaving that they need help with, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
yeah, actually, when I first moved out, I was contacted by someone asking if I would be on a show. I don't remember; it was a long time ago. I don't remember if it was Escaping Polygamy or if it was a different one. But someone reached out to me, and I turned them down because I was nervous that they would twist my story in a way that wasn't truthful. And so that's kind of why now I'm so happy that I can do this here with my wife now and say my own words and just edit it exactly the way we want to do it, because I want it to be truthful. So
yeah, aw. Well, if you want to hear more about Sam and what it was like for him growing up in polygamy, then please like and subscribe, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.